Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Reefer Dave. In this video I want to talk to you about pests in the reef tank. More specifically, when normal life turns into pests in the tank, and when or if you should take any action to remove those pests from your tank. First, I want to talk about fish. There are a lot of fish that are not reef safe that people put in their tanks for whatever reason. It's a lot more reef safe with caution that people try, like I did with my flame angel. I knew going into it when I bought the fish that there was a chance he was going to nip. Most people, that I've read had issues with the fish nipping, but it didn't eat the corals. A lot of people say if you keep them well fed, you won't have problems with them. Well, I'm not sure exactly what the problem was with my flame angel. I had him for almost a year, and he'd been, he'd nipped, but it never really hurt or destroyed any corals until that one time, and then it was time for him to go from my tank. There's several invertebrates that also can be pests. My tank has got a ton of these verminid snails. I've never really had a problem with them. I always thought they were just harmless filter feeders. See a lot of people try to get them, inspect their frags for them, and remove them before they put them in their tank. Now I'm starting to understand why. When there were just a few, it wasn't really a problem, but now that I have so many of them, they are starting to become a pest. But I haven't done anything with them yet, so we'll keep trying with that. Also, with the invertebrates is these Asterina starfish. I have a ton of these little small starfish in my tank. They, numbers kind of dwindle down and explode, depending on the nutrients and the available food for them. But for the most part, I don't have any problem with them. Some of the bigger ones, like that guy, I kind of keep a close eye on. I had one that was that size, kind of the thicker, fatter one that I did catch munching on a coral one time, but that was just one starfish that I've had an issue with, and so far the rest of them are no problem. The smaller ones don't seem to be any problem at all, and maybe it was just that one rogue starfish that I removed. But a lot of people do remove them from their tanks. They say, they'll eat corals, they'll eat zoanthids and whatever. I have a lot of them in my tank, have not done anything with them as of yet. The third kind of thing that can become a pest is corals. Some say that beginner corals, or, they call them different things, but they can become pests and overrun your tank. A lot of people say Xenia is the one that can become the plague and the problem. The only real thing that I've had for a long time are these yellow polyps, yellow colonial polyps. I do have a lot of them. They're growing on the back wall of my tank. They're were on this rock in the back there. They've started coming up, growing on the back side of the rocks, growing up the tank. I also have another spot over here that's under these SBS corals, and so far they're not a problem. They're not killing anything off. The bacillopore kind of keeps them in check. I'm not sure if it'll, I don't think I see a problem with it. Even if they overgrow all the rocks and grow under all the corals, I'm perfectly fine with that. Just adds a little more color and a little more movement into it. I'm sure it could take over the tank, and if it caused problems with other corals, I would definitely take some step to remove it. Also, the bacillopore. In my last update video, I had a little clip in there where just the green and purple bacillopore was, for one day, just completely closed up. No other corals were affected. I was scratching my head as to trying to figure out what could possibly be going on with just these two corals. Well, I think I figured that out. I've read many times before that Pacillipora can release its polyps and grow in other areas of the tank. I believe that's what that was. It was the corals were spawning. Most of those white dots, I believe, are polyps from Pacillipora. It seems that they are, I'm not sure if it'll grow. It's kind of hard to focus on any one spot that you can really see it good, but wow, that little white spot on that bubblegum digi there is a polyp. There's one back there, but you can tell that, you know, it has polyp extension on them. I'm not really sure how big a problem that's going to be, or if it is going to become a problem. But I've had that green Pacillipora for years, and it's never done this before. Maybe just the tank conditions are right, but I'm not really sure if this is a good thing or if this is going to try to take over the tank and become a pest. So thanks for tuning in, guys. This video is more or less just for me to keep a record of how things are going in my tank and what I've done or what I haven't done. Kind of for you beginners out there that just starting out, to always watch what you put in your tank, inspect your corals, do all the research you can on your fish. Just, you know, there's tons of information out there if you want to read it and find out. A lot of this stuff I just had to learn on my own, and you know, I've read all kind of stuff about it, and you know, I'm one of those hard-headed people that I have to learn from my own experience and my own failures. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.